Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vegapunk Labs. Welcome. It is me, the Sea Tactics, and my co-host.
I'm Carp.
Yes, he's a fish, and I'm the sea. He's a figment of my imagination.
Or maybe you are a figment of my imagination. Who knows?
Yep. Could be either or. Maybe both. Maybe we're in a simulation. Who knows? But anyways, today we're going to be talking about the One Piece fan letter. So if you guys are excited, hyped for that, make sure to drop a like, share the podcast out with your friends, and we're going to get right into it. Carp, I have to ask you a question.
Yep. Okay.
What do we say to people that don't like our podcast?
That they should like our podcast.
Well, that's yes. And what do we say to those people if they don't like our podcast? God damn it, Carp. It's supposed to be if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
I don't remember the 2 words.
That's the thing. We don't have 2 words. Last week it was love you. This week it's
get pants.
Yeah. Get pants, everyone. If you don't got pants, get some. Go to the store. Make sure to put pants on before you do that, by the way. Just saying. We're going to be talking about One Piece fan letter, which is, I didn't even know this was going to be a thing until I think after the most recent episode of One Piece, and I was on break for a minute. So I randomly get a message from Carp, and he's like, dude, fan letter is like the highest rated thing of all time. It's like everyone's talking about it. I'm like, what? Fan letter? I initially thought that it was like letters that fans wrote in that Oda was like, yeah, let's turn these into stories or something. And I was like, oh my god, is he gonna get the one where he has like Nami's flute or whatever it was?
Oh no.
The weird creepy one.
A reanimation of that one when Sanji is perving on Nami as a child.
Oh no. Oh god, yeah, that's what I expected, but actually it's an original story that's kind of ties in Marineford and a bunch of other like really cool events.
And return to Sabondi. That's a perfect segue for what they will do next. That's the Fishman Island Saga remaster.
Yeah. Apparently it was delayed by 1 week. Isn't that what she said?
I think for a couple of days. I don't know why. They should have it ready already.
Yeah. It's impressive, by the way, that they're remastering that entire arc.
And it looks fantastic in the trailers.
Yeah, it looks nothing like the original. In fact, it looks more, I think, in line with fan letter, if anything else.
Maybe Wano because of the lines.
Yeah, it's got that too. It's got like that bloom effect that Wano had. Looks really good. Mm-hmm. I can't wait. I'm going to watch it every week. I'm excited.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
And also, I'm so happy they condensed it like half the amount of episodes or less.
Yeah. It's nothing. I may do like videos on it since my plans kind of fell through with doing Bleach this season. So it'd be a good thing for me to cover because, it's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah. What's the harm? What are you going to do? Give me strikes? Probably.
Yeah, Toei don't like videos.
I'll just get a real job with blackjack and hookers.
That's your dream then. I'm sure Luffy will support it.
Yeah, he'll be like, well, I don't agree with that, but you do you, man. By the way, that's what Luffy sounds like now, apparently. All right, so One Piece fan letter is just this original story. It's very good, very well animated. It has some of the best animation that I've ever seen in One Piece, which is kind of incredible, considering the fact that this whole Egghead arc has been so well animated and so well done in the anime. And Wano too, especially. But this one sort of follows like the MC is like this fangirl of Nami, and it sort of follows her short adventure of trying to get her fan letter to Nami.
And it also tells the story of basically NPCs and how they were inspired by the Straw Hats.
Yeah, and just how they were inspired, how the actions of, I guess, what the the battles they were involved in affected them. In my opinion, I thought a lot of this was, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but Halo 3 had these trailers back in the day where
You showed me a couple of them. I remember.
Yeah, they're so good. Like one of them was like one of the commercials was like from the perspective of veterans, and you don't even like, it's so well shot. It feels like it's from like these are World War II veterans talking, but it turns out that no, these are just veterans of the people in the video game sharing their experiences.
You showed me that video. It was fantastic.
Yeah, very, very good. And there's another one with a mural and stuff, and those trailers are so good. They're pieces of art, in my opinion. And it sort of reminded me a little bit of that, because there's a lot of moments where in this that I really appreciated. You get the perspective of Marines and soldiers. In particular, I love the one where the guy gets his leg crushed and his brother dies or disappears or whatever it is. That whole thing was fantastic, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's also one of my favorites. The two brothers, that one didn't like the other, the younger brother, because he always looked down on him.
Yeah.
And Luffy inspires him to save him when he was about to be killed by pacifistas.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very good. But I think that's like my favorite singular moment. What is yours besides that scene?
Besides that scene, well, everyone loved the intro, the first scene that's like Marineford condensed into 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I actually didn't realize that's what was happening until this morning when I rewatched it again. I thought it was just like a cool like intro thing.
No, it's fantastic. So well animated and so well directed. It has Megumi Ishitani, the director's like signature all over it.
Yeah,
she's fantastic.
What were the episodes that she did before? She did a couple, right?
She did 2 episodes, and at least she directed 2. And one of them is my favorite, 1015. I know that's not original. Many people have that episode as their favorite. The other one is earlier, when they're beginning the raid on Onigashima. I don't remember the exact number of the episode, but she really did fantastic in both of them.
Yeah, I think she should just be the director. I'm gonna be real. I think she should just they should just go to a seasonal cadence for One Piece and just have her direct 12 to 24 episodes, every couple seasons, and then give her 6 months off to do whatever she needs to do. There you go.
Don't overwork her.
Yeah, just let her have it. She's very good. Very, very good.
But going back to what you asked earlier, my favorite moment is the last moment of the fan letter, when the little girl, looks at the Straw Hats leaving, and the voice acting is so good. I remember specifically when she sighs. That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Well, and it's so real. It sounds really genuine. I love that.
Yeah. The voice acting was good all around. This whole special to me had this sort of like glaze over it. I don't know how to describe it, but it had like, when people say like you have these like rose tinted glasses of nostalgia for something, and it always, that's kind of what it felt like to me. It was just like this grand like piece of fan service for One Piece fans, and I think the greatest thing about it was the fact that it didn't cater to just one subset of fans. It didn't cater to just the hardcore in general. It catered to people that are new, people that are old, people that are fans of certain characters even. I think there's something for everyone. I even think like if you're not even that invested in One Piece, you could probably get something out of this, honestly.
I think so too. And I think as a story itself, like for someone that hasn't seen the series, it won't have the same impact, but they will enjoy it.
Yeah, I think the story is the weakest aspect, but I think everything else is so strong it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a simple story. It's just point A to point B. Will the MC girl get her letter to the Straw Hats? Get it to Nami, and that's it. That's all that drives the plot forward. And it's in between that, this like mini adventure that she has that is another example of how it kind of represents the story of One Piece, just going on this grand adventure. And it just represents the entire feeling of One Piece really well, condenses it all down into just one special 24 minutes. And it's impressive to do that, to be able to take most, if not all, of the elements of a One Piece arc and condense all of that down into just what we have here. That's not easy to do.
No, it's not. And it has that One Piece feeling. It feels like One Piece. And
Yeah.
for me especially, I remember I was reading weekly when this arc was being released in the manga. And I remember that feeling of nostalgia, of seeing the Straw Hats after that month hiatus, and after the Paramount War, where the Straw Hats were separated, they weren't together. That's why I love the ending so much too. Seeing the Straw Hats together, it has such a feeling of nostalgia and happiness, and I don't know, it's difficult to describe.
It is. That's why I use the word glaze. Like, it just has this kind of sheen over it. Because it's so, like, the story comes off as so nostalgic and sweet. Like, and it's all, like, it's almost kind of cheesy in a way, the way it kind of comes off.
Yes.
But it's cheesy in a
good way.
Yeah, in a way of celebration. You know, it's like meeting all your old friends or whatever and talking about the times. That's kind of what this felt like. It's very easy. It's very just sit down and watch it, and it's entertaining and fun.
And the script itself is simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, the story is simple, the script, the dialogue are not very complicated. They can't be. They just had like 25 minutes to tell a story.
Yeah.
But it felt like a group of people who are genuine fans of One Piece were writing this and having fun.
Yeah. And I just at every point, it felt like this was fans writing a love letter to the series, honestly. And not just like Oda, but I think everyone, which was unique.
Even power scalers.
Yeah, you brought that up, and I went back and I rewatched it, and yeah, those people in the bar or whatever, yeah, they're totally just like, yeah, I know, Zoro's like the most powerful, you're a dumbass, man. You don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah. I think the only fans that weren't represented in this episode, in fan letter,
Vegapunk
were
Lab
the
fans?
shippers. That too. So the two fans that weren't represented were Vegapunk Labs fans and the shippers. And I think the shippers will never have anything because One Piece is One Piece and romance is not a part of it.
Yeah, the only romance is Romance Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sanji.
Well, and Minami. Dibs.
Oh no.
And
Again?
Robin. And
Oh no, the two of them.
and Perona. And Tashigi.
Huh. So many.
Not enough, in my opinion. So speaking of Nami, this main girl, by the way, we don't get like any names for really any of these characters, which is like kind of cool.
No.
Because like we don't really need them, but she's like a super fan of Nami and the Straw Hats, but in particular Nami, to the point that her hair is the same color, her eyes are the same color. She's wearing an outfit that is reminiscent of her
Early Nami.
yeah, her first outfit that we see that we're introduced to her in.
Yeah, yeah, and there's a fan for every character in the Straw Hats. There's the Brook fan. There's the Luffy fan is the Marine. The Brook fan is the bookstore lady.
Yeah.
The one that our friend Adora Verb
Oh yeah,
is a very big fan.
Verb is feral over bookstore lady.
Yeah, but there's a fan for everyone.
a-
I think the only one that doesn't have a fan is Frankie, but he's represented by that
Those kids.
like news article.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, at the beginning they're like, "Oh, we spotted Frankie or whatever," and I love how Chopper is reading that whatever it is, and it says Chopper's like, "The anatomy of Frankie." What? I'm like, what?
Well, who can understand the anatomy of Frankie? To be fair,
Yeah.
how does he work?
I have no idea how Frankie exists. It doesn't make sense to me. I also love the captain who is like really into Chopper as well. They like think he's such a hard ass, but he loves Chopper.
Yeah, and he has not a name like a. They call him like the kind king of the waves, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember the exact name.
so good.
But did you notice that in the beginning, like where they're doing the Marineford quick recap,
Yeah,
we can see almost every character there of the love letter
yeah.
or the fan letter.
It was we saw
So that-
we saw Tashigi.
No, I mean the NPCs, the ones that are later are the main characters of this story, of the fan letter story.
Oh really?
So we see the Marines. Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
we see the Marines, the two brothers. We see a Marine that is later drunk in the bar talking about power scaling. We see people watching in Shabondi Archipelago, and then there we see the bookstore lady. We see the Nami fan. Everyone.
Yeah. I did not notice that. But that's the thing about this. That's I think one of the things that makes this so special as a special is the fact there's so many little details that it's highly rewatchable. Highly.
I've watched it 4 times already, and I can't get tired of it.
It is. It has like it. I watched it the second time this morning, and I was like, I could probably go for like another 2 times watching this, because I noticed, like, for example, when Nami bumps it, or Nami, MC girl that loves Nami, bumps into one of the Marines or whatever, and all of her like her bag, everything in her bag spills out, and like there's just like some candy in there, and also 2 tangerines, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that's such like a cool attention to detail. The fact that she has tangerines in her bag.
Yeah, or when we see the bird where Luffy and Sanji, and I think Zoro was there too, when they were arriving at the Sunny, and Sanji flies because of his blood spurted from his nose,
Yeah.
and we can see the blood in the sky. If you look very carefully.
Yeah, you showed me that, and I saw that. I was like, what? Dude, that is... The fact that they paid attention to such minute details that they didn't have to do that, like, at all.
No,
And it makes
No,
it
and-
makes me wonder how long this took to make.
I think a lot of time, because Megumi Shitani, I don't think they would have her not do any episodes for so long, like for 2 years or something, if she wasn't busy with something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be why she was absent for a while from the anime series.
Apparently she's working on a new episode. She posted something on Twitter, I heard. I'm not sure though. So
Well, she's got 5-6 months to work on it.
yeah,
So that's
I
awesome.
hope they give her some episodes of Kuma's backstory.
Or Beppo.
Or Beppo?
Yeah.
That already happened.
No,
Sorry.
we need more Beppo.
Well, you're right. There's
The Adventures
always,
of Beppo. Beppo piece.
yeah, there's always space for more Beppo.
Yeah, we need more. Poor little furry fella.
Yeah, the only survivor of the Heart Pirates, together with Law. We don't know if the others survived.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they're good.
Yeah, like Bartolomeo too, and Keith.
Yep.
All their crews were like supposedly. I think in the manga, they didn't even say they were dead. They were like, their status is unknown. That means they're alive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're alive. I will say as well, there were a lot of moments throughout this special where you saw like all of the Straw Hats or whatever, and even some like other characters that I thought were really cool. Like they put Perona in there. They didn't need to do that, but they did.
Yeah, and she was key for part of the story with her ghost, her depression ghost.
I love Perona. Perona is so good. It's crazy because I didn't think much about her when she was introduced in Thriller Bark, but she's such an entertaining character. It's hard not to like Perona. But yeah, at the very end, she helps a Nami fangirl.
Yeah, without knowing.
Yeah, without knowing. It was inadvertently. Which, speaking of, one of my favorite moments in this that, well, I guess a couple of my favorite moments is they use like the main girl as like a comedic relief really well. And there was the couple of moments. There was the one where she gets really excited for Nami, and it hard cuts to her like on the top of like a pole, doing the shark teeth Nami face.
Yeah.
Because she's angry.
And looking at the fake Nami.
Yeah.
And saying, who would fall for that?
Yeah. Which is so funny. The fact they even had those characters show up. It's just so great. They didn't have to do that either, but they did. And it was hilarious. I think it paid off really well. And then, of course, the other one is, you know, when her stuff goes everywhere and the Marine's like, vermin, poopy head, you are dumb, stupid, and walks away. And then Usopp shows up and gives her the tip of like wait in the bar or whatever and ask for water or something like that. And she tries to do the Nami thing.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. It's so funny.
Yeah. This episode was so good all around. Can you find any weakness in it?
Like I said, the only thing is the story itself is it's A to B. It is very simple, and I do think that is, it's not a bad thing, but it is noticeable if you kind of think about it, because it is just a lot of nostalgia, a lot of fan service. So I do think
it is.
That's the only thing. That's the only weakness, and it's not like it's a horrible weakness. It's just not a very memorable story.
It can be a strength, because if you think about it, if they try to make a complicated story in 25 minutes, it may feel, the pacing could feel horrible.
Yeah, that's also what makes it special, and that's why they went with a more simplistic story, because it's not about the story at all.
No,
like this is literally to watch it and go, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. Oh, that's a cool detail. That's literally the whole point. And that is kind of like the crux of what I'm trying to say, is just that it is simple. It is not like if you're going in expecting like a normal One Piece episode, don't.
No. This is not the Reverie with a giant straw hat that we still don't know what the hell it is. Do you remember that?
I remember, yeah. It was Imu walked in and was like, just stared at it. Like, what
Yeah.
the heck is this?
And a frozen giant straw hat, and everyone in the fandom was. I remember that everyone was like, "What the hell is that? What does this mean?"
I mean, it's wild. No idea.
I hope it's not like the polar bear in Lost.
What if it's
Do you remember that?
Oh no. I've never seen Lost,
you
but I know
remember-
like the hatch or whatever, they open it and it's like nothing.
No, the polar bear in Lost is famous because in the first season, in one of the first episodes, I watched it years and years ago. There's a polar bear that suddenly appears and attacks them. They kill it, and they never explain why there's a polar bear in a tropical island.
Wow. That's crazy. I know there's like issues with Lost. I know it was like very popular as well. Did the guy that made Breaking Bad, wasn't that his show? Bruce Gilligan or whatever?
I think J.J. Abrams was one of the
That's
producers,
who it
but
was.
I may be wrong.
Yeah, it was J.J. Abrams. I think you're right on that. Where were we?
How would you rate this episode to end it, because we've been talking about it for a while already?
I would, on a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being, average, like not bad, not particularly great, just kind of meh, and then 1 being, just like unfinished, unwatchable, and 10 being kind of like
Uzumaki?
masterpiece. I'd say like an 8.5, and depending on what kind of fan you are, either a 9 or a 9.5. I think the lowest I would go on this is 8.5, though. I think I thought this was great. I thought it was for all intents and purposes, it's perfect for what it's trying to do. I think its one weakness though is that it's just the story.
The story is too simple.
It's very simple, and I think there are definitely going to be people that are going to like go into this and have like the wrong expectation, and they're going to go, how internet people are, just this is overrated.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, so far I think people have loved it.
Yeah,
I saw that it even in anime list, it even is better scored than the finale of Attack on Titan.
yeah. That's probably
That
fair.
won't last.
I can understand why someone would, and why a lot of people would rate it higher than that, because it's a special, right? It's contained to one thing, and it encapsulates, like, it's one of the best specials I've ever watched, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think obviously the final episode of AOT is better because it's the culmination of an entire story. But this special,
I agree.
It may
Special.
be like one of the top 3 favorite specials, maybe number 1. I'd have to think about it. I can't honestly think of a lot of specials that
Or OVAs.
or yeah, if we say OVAs, this is my favorite OVA of all time. Like straight up. I love OVAs. A lot of people don't know. I used to back in the day review OVAs every week because I loved them so much.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is
I didn't know that.
I think in terms of like singular OVA episodes, if we're judging it by that, it is the best ever. If we're talking about OVA series, I still think Legend of the Galactic Heroes is the best one, but that's hundreds of episodes. So, yeah, I think this is the best OVA ever.
Well, for me, I'd give it a 9 probably. And I'm very harsh on everything.
Yeah, I think normal will probably give this a 10 if you're giving it a 9.
Yeah, and that's because, well, I said it before, there's a lot of nostalgia there, but also I feel represented by the characters in the story,
Yeah.
the fans, that they represent the fans, and how One Piece has changed their lives, and One Piece has changed my life I don't know if I would be the same person if I hadn't read and watched the story.
Yeah, I wouldn't have met a lot of people. I wouldn't have kind of revived my Discord server. I wouldn't have gone through a lot of kind of the changes as a content creator that I have if I didn't start reading One Piece one day. So I agree with that. And also, I think it's great that One Piece can be this one gigantic thing that everyone flocks around, and it's positive. It's not negative. Everyone's propping it up and holding it up, and it's something that deserves it because it's sending out a good message to people.
I watched a video recently of a new fan. He had like 70 subscribers and now he has like 5,000 after that video. A very good YouTuber. I will recommend it to you later. I don't remember his name. But he said that after reading so many dark anime and edgy art, that's what's popular nowadays.
Yeah.
One Piece was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And something very unique.
I think One Piece, Frieren, there's another one I can't think of right now. But those three anime, in my opinion, they're leading the charge in this like this need for just like, let's move on, like from all this like horrible past 10 years that we've been dealing with collectively as as humans, and just let's get back to being positive. Let's bring the energy back up.
And I think that I don't know if you know this, but during the pandemic, when everyone was in their homes, One Piece was very popular. It started being a lot more popular in the West than before.
Yeah.
And part of it is because people had the time to read it and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think it put their minds at ease. It was something happy in a very dark time.
Yeah, and I think that I like that you said that, because that's sort of, I think, the overall message of this special is that don't let other people take away your freedom to struggle, your freedom to seek adventure, your freedom to be sad or happy. Don't let other people decide that for you. And don't even let yourself get in the way of that. Just if there's it's all brilliantly kind of told through this like fan letter, but don't like that fan letter contains, all of the dreams of this little girl. And don't let someone take those dreams away from you.
Yeah, and also through the brothers' story, appreciate what you have.
Yeah. And with the captain, whatever, that loves Chopper, love Chopper.
I will be honest, Chopper is one of my least favorite Straw Hats. I love him as a character, but he sadly is not one of my favorite Straw Hats.
I love Chopper because he's so out of pocket. He's always kind of like included in like all the goof characters like Sanji and whatever. And he's always just kind of like going along with things because he's so naive. And I love it.
Well, he's the youngest. Is he 16, I think?
No. You know what that means, Carp. They're going to argue about how since he's 16, it's legal.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Don't say 16 with anime fans, Carp. You should know this. Don't say that number.
Yeah. Vivi. Remember, she was 16.
Oh, my God. Don't remind me.
Shirahoshi, I think. I don't remember if she was 16 or 15.
I think Shirahoshi was 15.
And Pudding was...
Pudding.
16.
I like to just say
17.
pudding is pudding. That's what I like to say. I don't know what pudding is. But I like pudding. I like the fact that she's an Elbaf and stuff. She's like a character.
Well, is she an Elbaf?
Or not Elbaf,
She was in
Egghead.
She was in Egghead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that she was involved with that. This is what I'm saying. I think we talked about it last week. I always get confused with manga and anime going back and forth. I always mix up the events. But yeah, you know, I just love the overall message for this. I thought this entire special was great. If my rating of 8.5 to a 9.5 seems low, that's just because I don't like to do numbers usually, so I don't quite think about it. So I don't know really. I just say it's great. It's amazing. You should go watch it. It's awesome.
Yeah. If you liked the special, the One Piece fan letter, you have to like this video. If you don't like it, it means you didn't like the One Piece fan letter.
Yeah, and it means that you don't have pants.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
how dare you, by the way?
You need pants. Don't be Frankie.
Yeah, don't be Frankie. Look what happened to look what Nico Robin did. You want to turn out like him? Wait, no, don't answer that question.
No,
don't answer that question.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's the end of another great episode of Vegapunk Labs, where we talked about the One Piece fan letter. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to share this out with your friends. We're new. We're trying to get our chemistry going, so we need as much practice as we can. So if you're like, wow, they release chapter reviews 6 days late, don't worry. Don't worry. It'll all come together eventually, and we'll be like every other content creator. We just need we need our time.
Yep. And remember, this guy here, C Tactics, how many channels do you have?
Including this one, 5.
So yeah, he is very, very busy. So we'll get to it. Just have patience.
Yeah, it'll all start to coalesce and make more sense as time goes on. Anyways.
Again, I hope you guys had fun, and goodbye.
Yeah, have a good day, y'all. Thanks for coming out. See you later. Bye-bye.